Hello, welcome. I am a more luminous star. I have tried to match the theme today by turning on my stars and aurora mood lamp. I'm not sure how well it's showing since it's daytime and my shadow's kind of in the way. But I am aspiring to be aspiring author. I used to be an aspiring author, and I've been in pretty severe burnout and dealing with health issues, both mental and physical health issues, and am trying to get back into the flow of writing and re-find my passion for stories. And I meant to make this video much sooner than I did, but 2025 has been a whirlwind of a year so far. So I am a freelancer. I do freelance teaching, and hopefully soon I will also be starting doing freelance editing. And I have had a couple of camps that I was teaching during one during January and now one during February, and during that time I've been really busy and exhausted. And then between those two times, actually, my best friend came to visit me, and I kind of took that time away from anything else because I just really wanted to cherish the time I had with her, because I get to see her so infrequently. But this video has been at the back of my head the entire time. And kind of what I wanted to say on it has changed, because originally going into the year, my writing goal was to edit one of my fantasy books that I have been working on since 2014. And I kind of have an overthinking problem. I don't kind of have an overthinking problem. I have a severe overthinking problem. So I just kept adding more and more and changing more and more. But since I've had a few years away from this project, I think I can kind of go in now and see what flows properly and what needs more thought, and try to get a structural edit done and finished so I can go in and polish it and hopefully begin the next step where I can maybe feel confident enough to seek out outside feedback. That would be a really great step for me. So that was my original plan for the first part of this year. I don't know if it was originally my plan for like maybe the first quarter or the third of the year, but then all of a sudden this month, another idea that I had briefly thought about last year kind of took over my brain. So this one would be, I guess, a new adult sapphic romance. And it's about two figure skaters. And it's funny because I have tried writing contemporary in the past, but this one is much more romance driven than the other ones that I've ever tried writing. And I would say I'm generally weaker at writing contemporary than fantasy, but I am especially weak in both genres and writing romance. So this is a new experience for me, and I guess I will see if the time I've spent away from writing, if I've become more, I guess, comfortable, and also just having a better sense, if I've gained a better sense of what works well in romance and what keeps like the scenes really enticing and emotional, I guess. I feel like I'm not good at writing the dialogue and the scenes that makes that kind of pulls at you to keep going forward. This is a completely new idea that I thought of last year. So it's in the total planning stages. And when I start planning, I just start an empty document and just go. I just type out whatever I think of. I can think of like plot points or things about the characters. I go back and forth with just random ideas. Then at some point I start making timelines if there's a heavy time dependence. These characters are in university. There's like a school schedule to go with it, and also they're figure skaters, so there's competition schedules to follow. And within those schedules, I need to be hitting plot points both towards their arcs as athletes and as students, as well as their romance arc together. This one, I can't do anything simple. I've made it kind of a dual narration. The love interest has, I'm thinking, some input. We'll see some from her point of view throughout the story. So she's actually developed kind of a stronger arc first than my main character. Just as the story has appeared in my brain, it has taken on some things that I didn't think I would want to write about, because I usually, if I'm writing a contemporary, I don't want it to be too serious. I feel like I prefer lighter contemporary stories. If they're too dramatic or sad, that affects me deeply. So I, especially now when I'm burnt out and can't handle those emotions well right now anyways, kind of steer away from it. So I'm trying to think about whether I want to keep some more serious aspects to the story or make it kind of lighter and happier. It's a pretty happy, light story either way. It's just some things that I didn't think I would want to write about per se. Yeah, I have to think about that because it's just how the characters came to me. I think I need to try reimagining it without it and see how it turns out. But I'm okay with it if it feels right and if I am able to do it well. I feel like some of these things are unnecessary unless they are helping the character and the story as much as they are right now. Yeah, I don't know how much I want to get into that right now, so it's hard to be specific about it. Then as for how I'm doing right now, at the end of December, I was starting to feel really hopeful. I started using Notion calendar and was scheduling out my days perfectly. I started making to-do lists and following them really well again, which was something that I used to be able to stay on top of. And then my first camp that I taught, during that time, I was just so overworked and I crashed completely mentally and physically. I got sick afterwards. And I feel like I not only undid the progress that I had made, but also took some steps backwards. And this month too, the camp is shorter hours, but very intensive and very hard mentally for me. Just the environment, I guess. I don't have a chance ever to really regulate, and so I'm just constantly overstimulated and overthinking. I feel like right now I don't have a lot of extra energy to devote to many other things. I'm just trying to keep up with my work every day. So I'm really proud of myself that I have also been writing as something more that feels like something fun that I look forward to doing rather than kind of an extra task. I think that's exactly what I want to be right now, because I know if I want to be a published author, I do need to treat it a little more seriously and have some accountability. But right now I'm just trying to find get back into practice and find some joy in writing again. So I think this is about where I need to be, where I still am actively distracted all day thinking about my characters and writing scenes in my head. So aside from writing, I do also want to make more vlogs. Again, I had more planned for this month, and just every time I thought about making them, I could never bring myself to do it. I never had enough energy. But I hope I can start making more vlogs. I do enjoy doing this too. It's also a kind of creative process for me. And I would also like to start, I guess, networking more, but it takes so much energy for me. I'm terrified of commenting on YouTube. I'm so bad at social media. My social anxiety is so bad. And I hope to start reaching out more and meeting more author tubers because it would be nice to have some writing friends. Right now it feels like I'm talking into a void, but because that's all I have the energy for. But at some point I would like it to be more like community. In any case, I think this video got really rambly. I did have an idea of kind of what I wanted to say and how I wanted to say it, but I think it came out in a very ADHD way. But thank you so much for watching, and I will be back at some point with another video.